Hey, good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well on this Wednesday for many of us. Down here again in the basement, getting ready to get a workout in a little bit. I wanted to first apologize up front if there's any sniffling or hopefully not sneezing during this video. I took advantage of the nice weather that we've had here on Sunday, and Jen and the boys, and we were out and we were doing stuff, and I didn't double up on my allergy meds as Jen has told me so often that I need to do, especially if I'm spending a lot of time outside. And Monday morning I was fine. Monday afternoon started kicking in, and so I've been fighting that since Monday afternoon. Just the itchy eyes and all the allergy symptoms that are out there. So I'm sure many of you are dealing with the same things, as we're in that time of year where allergy season is in full effect. So again, I apologize. I'll try not to sneeze, but I can't make any promises. The other thing I want to do is I want to thank you for your responses to the video blog on Monday. I appreciated the comments, and it just reinforced to me that this is a time to bring the video blogs back out, because as I said on Monday, I think in this time it's good for us to be able to see one another and to hear voices, put faces with voices, and to connect on that level, especially since we're in such a period of isolation right now. That we need to be able to connect in any way that we can. So I thank you. I thank you for that. Today, on this Wednesday Wisdom, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to just share something with you that I read, and John Maxwell is somebody that I follow. For the past year and a half, I've really been focused on reading John Maxwell's books on leadership, following his podcast, really diving into his teachings on leadership. And one of the things that John Maxwell says is just the very basic, definition of leadership. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And when you think about it, each of us have people that we influence. So in that manner, we are all leaders in some form or fashion. And so when you understand that, there's another thing that John Maxwell says that I think is very important for us to digest and think about at this time. And he says that leaders are like thermostats. They set the temperature. Followers are like thermometers. They take the temperature. So I want you to think about that, especially as you go through your day. What kind of temperature are you setting in the environment where you are the leader, where you have people who you influence? In this situation that we're in right now, where we have a lot of people who are fearful. There's so much information that's coming in. We don't know exactly when it's going to end. We have all these questions. You as a leader in that area that you influence, what temperature are you setting? What are you displaying for those who are looking at you, for those who are looking up to you and looking for you to help them understand how to manage the situation that we're in? What are you setting? And I think it's important for us to really understand that, again, going back to John Maxwell's basic definition, we're all leaders. In some form or fashion, we are all leaders, whether it's in our homes, whether it's in our church groups, whether it's in our friends, with our coworkers. There are all people that look up to us. Each of us has people that we influence. And so we have to understand that our actions, especially in this time of crisis, especially when there's so many questions out there, our actions are going to have an impact on others. Now, yes, there are those of us who influence, thousands of people. And so, that sphere of influence is huge. But even if you influence only one or two people, to those one or two people, what you do and the temperature that you're setting is so important for them, because it then helps them to understand, how should I react in this situation? So today I just want us to take some time and to just step back and ask ourselves, what is the temperature we're setting in this current environment? What is it that we're displaying, to others, as far as how we are reacting and how we are handling this current situation, this current crisis? And if it's something where you step back and you look at it and you say, you know what, there's some things I can fix. There are some areas where I'm probably not displaying what I need to display to those who are following me. I need to step back and figure out what is that. If I'm operating from a place where I have too much fear, I have to ask myself, what is that? Is that because I'm lacking information? Is that because I don't have a solid foundation that I'm built upon that will help me to calm the fears? Whatever that is, you have to start working on that piece. Whatever it is that you step back and you say, I can be better in displaying this to my family, to my friends, to my coworkers. And I'm not saying to hide or put a mask on what it is you truly feel, because people will be able to see through that. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to hide it. What I'm telling you to do is acknowledge where you're at right now in this situation. And if there are areas that you need to work on, then you need to do that self-reflection, and you need to step back and say, okay, this area right here, I need to figure out why I'm so fearful. I need to figure out, why I'm acting in a spirit of selfishness. I need to understand, why I'm displaying this, so that you can make the adjustments you need to make, so that you can adjust that thermostat, so that the environment that you're creating now is one that's more positive for everybody that is looking at you to set that tone. And it's a lot to ask right now, because we each individually are trying to process what's going on. But it's that time, as I've said before, and I think I wrote about this a couple of weeks ago. This is the time for leaders to step forward. This is the time for us to really grab hold of that title of being a leader, again, wherever it is, your family, your church, wherever that is. This is a time not for leaders to shy back, to stand back, but this is a time for leaders to move forward. And so I just encourage you to take that temperature. I encourage you to ask yourself, where am I, what environment am I creating? And is it one that I would want to follow? That's a good question to ask yourself. Step back, look at the environment you're creating, whether it's in your home or wherever it is, and ask yourself, wow, is that something that I would want to follow? Would that give me encouragement? Would that give me hope? Would that, help me to feel that, we can get to the other side of this? And if the answer to that is no, then it's up to you, it's up to each of us individually to fix that. And to find those things that we need to pour into ourselves, so that we can get on a more solid foundation. It's a tough situation, guys. It is a tough situation with a lot of questions out there, and a lot of things that we don't know yet. But we can get through this. We will get through this, as I said on Monday. But we have to, as those who are leading, and again, each of us are leaders in some form or fashion, we have to lead ourselves first. And in order to do that, you really have to be truthful with yourself about where you stand right now, and where those fears and anxieties, where they lie, and focus on that, and find that thing, find that healing that can help you to overcome that fear, to overcome that anxiety, to operate from a place, where you can have hope, where you have faith, where you can get through this. And that same thing, you'll reflect to the rest of your team, you'll reflect to the rest of your family, you'll reflect to the rest of your friends, and you'll help them get through the situation as well. We can do this together, guys, and honestly, that's the only way we can do it. So today, I just, give you those words of encouragement. We can get through this. Let's step back. Let's look at how we're processing this, and let's make the necessary changes that we need to, so that we can operate from a place of hope, so we can operate from a place of faith, and we can operate on a solid foundation. I thank you guys again for taking the time to listen to me. I'll be back in a few days with some more thoughts to share with you. And again, I pray that everyone's doing well. Enjoy this blessed day that we have. You woke up, you took a breath this morning. We're good. Let's enjoy this day. Evolution of Self. Love you guys. Take care.